Something I'm convinced of is that God actually is present and does communicate with us. And I've had some experiences that would be more or less impossible to explain in any kind of resonant way to another person, but that I just know. It's like I know I've been communicated with by the divine as a result of the way events played out in my life. And I was just kind of thinking about the supernatural in general and how, I don't know, it seems like we've relegated the supernatural to fiction. And what's weird is that even though I grew up in a religious home learning about the Bible, I find myself in the same boat. I don't actually believe in a supernatural world, or at least I didn't. And the reason that happened for me is almost like I was so familiar with the Bible that it never really had a chance to impact me, I guess, until I had real experience as an adult. But the thing is, like, the story of the Bible claims that the real world, like this real world that we live in, the cosmos is the scene of a genuine battle between good and evil, like these real forces of good and evil. But it's like so personal and so close up because the thing about it is that the battleground is like our own souls. Like we are in the struggle between good and evil ourselves. And it just plays out in these generational patterns and even in individual patterns. I mean, you can look back at your life and see some of the patterns that you fall into, some of the cycles. But yeah, basically, the story of the Bible is that that is actually real, supernatural, spiritual forces of evil that are waging war against our better nature and like deceiving us, seducing us into following them and doing what they want. But then in the background, God is actually orchestrating a bigger plan that, in spite of the fact that this evil is trying to corrupt all of creation and trying to corrupt humans and basically just kill them, that God is involved in the individual and generational struggles between good and evil. And I think that's like finally started to sink in for me what it means for that story to be true.